Jeffrey, how are you?
I have this crazy idea that I will order pizza. And so if I do, I don't want it to go to waste. Who will eat pizza if I... Jennifer?
Toxic, phony, hypocrite, liar. That's what she is.
Did you feel like you were being canceled?
I mean, I really didn't understand it. I still don't understand it. It was too orchestrated. It was too coordinated.
So an Epstein victim just stepped forward and exposed Ellen Degeneres' role in his sick role. Turns out she was the living bridge between Jeffrey Epstein's elite network and Hollywood's satanic occult core. And Ellen, instead of facing up to the rumors, she's throwing a distraction by making a comeback that no one cares about. It all started with one of Epstein's victims suggesting that Ellen was a part of Epstein's circle. According to reports, the victim approached the feds with evidence. Apparently, they're looking into the evidence, and while fans wait on the authorities to release something, they believe the victim's telling the truth. Why? Well, the clues have been there all along. For starters, there's that weird speech Ellen gave at the Academy Awards, where she kept referencing pizza.
Hi. Hey, Jeffrey, how are you? How's everybody doing? Good? Oh, hi. Happy? Carrie? Is anybody hungry? I just feel like everybody's got to be hungry right now. Good. I was hoping you'd say that, because I have this crazy idea that I will order pizza. And so if I do, I don't want it to go to waste. Who will eat pizza if I... Jennifer? Yes? Harrison? Yes? Yes? Come on. All right. Too large? What do you think?
For those of you who've been following the Epstein files, there's no need to explain what pizza means. It's like Ellen was trying to secretly communicate with the audience. But what she didn't realize, she exposed everyone who was a part of that sick club in the process. She interacted with the likes of Harvey Weinstein and Kevin Spacey of all people during her bid.
So I borrowed Pharrell's hat, and I thought I'd pass it around and get some money for the pizza, because nobody ever really, What do you have, Harvey? 200?
That's the
Start.
number, right? Oh, it's a start.
Let's see, what do you have, John? Would you got 20? Kevin?
That's for you.
Thanks so much. Hey. Guess what? Pizza's here.
Not to mention, fans dug up this old picture of her wearing a hoodie featuring an image of Wilson, the iconic volleyball from Tom Hanks' 2000 film Castaway. For those of you who don't know, that image is believed to be linked to the Frazzle Drip satanic ritual, a rumored film involving Hillary Clinton doing unspeakable things to a young girl. What's more, the text on the sleeves of the hoodie is apparently drawn in childlike handwriting. And if you think that's too much of a stretch, well, how about the fact that Jay-Z has been spotted wearing the same hoodie, and his name is clearly mentioned in the Epstein files. On top of everything, let's not forget that Ellen was one of Diddy's close friends.
You know, they really killed those two birds with one stone.
So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes.
Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's that?
And then, you know, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
And then it will carry on there.
Yeah. No, I mean, the after party.
No, I know.
She repeatedly invited him on the show and talked about his infamous parties. Almost everyone feels like she did it on purpose.
Thanks to my friend Diddy, you are always the life of the party. Apparently, I have a history of not knowing which parties I've been invited to, Diddy. Happy birthday, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, or as I like to call him, Cuddle McSnugglestuff. No, you don't need to know why. This group of kids had a dream to dance with Diddy. Today, that dream came true.
You're gonna be early for my party?
Yes, I am. No.
No.
You know I have to arrive fashionably late.
All right. Not too late, though.
Not too late?
Not too late, please.
What time would you like me there?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But not too late. Because, you know, once you get there, the party really starts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It seems like Ellen's in the business of befriending everyone with a troubled past in Hollywood.
And I really do think that it's no coincidence that she was so close to Diddy for all these years, who ended up being an absolute freaked out psychopath who would do absolutely anything to gain power and influence. Like, the guy was doing really bad shit for decades. And to me, anyone who had a seemingly close relationship to him like Ellen did for all these years, while she was also so deeply ingrained in Hollywood in general, had to know that some suspect shit was going on in the background. Because you have to understand that these things were allegedly talked about in entertainment circles for decades. But still, Ellen platformed him almost every single year of her show. She paraded him around kids, and even described him as her favorite guest of all time. Look, all I'm saying is you don't earn a nickname like Cuddle McSnugglestuff by merely having a working relationship with someone.
And that right there says a lot about her character. The biggest sign? Ellen had nothing to say about her connection to Diddy when he got exposed.
Ellen, were you surprised by the allegations about P. Diddy? Did that surprise you about P. Diddy? He's been on your show many times. Have you been to his parties?
In fact, things got so bad for her that she had to escape the country. She said she did it because of Trump. Here's what she told the BBC during one interview. "We got here the day before the election and woke up to lots of texts from our friends with crying emojis. And I was like, he got in. And we're like, we're staying here." She also said that she and DeRossi had initially planned to spend 3 or 4 months a year in the UK and bought what they thought would be a part-time house. But things changed when Trump got elected, according to her. However, fans believe that Ellen was covering up the truth. The real reason she moved was to escape an investigation after Diddy got exposed. And she's doing the same thing with Epstein. Worst of all, fans have now discovered that her show's set matched Epstein's island. Considering what fans have learned about the industry recently, that's not a coincidence. But Ellen? She never owned up to anything. She played the innocent victim.
Did you feel like you were being canceled?
I mean, I really didn't understand it. I still don't understand it. It was too orchestrated. It was too coordinated. And, you know, people get picked on, but for 4 months straight for me, and then for me to read in the press about a toxic work environment when all I've ever heard from every guest that comes on the show is what a happy atmosphere this is and what a happy place it is.
Safe to say, Ellen's in the hot seat, but she's not sitting at home letting the internet come up with conspiracies. She tried to soft launch her comeback first, talking about how she misses Hollywood. According to a source close to her, during her talk show heyday, Ellen was treated like royalty. They used her show to make YouTubers they liked super famous, and the cultural feedback from them made them incredibly powerful. Ellen wants a comeback. She can't resist. But Portia likes her life in retirement way too much to want to go back into the Hollywood meat grinder. Fans thought she would give up at that point, but she struck again recently. She signed with WME to represent her in all aspects of her career, except for comedy tours. And that's not exactly surprising, since Ellen did the same thing when she got buried under those workplace mistreatment allegations. She released a Netflix special back then, branding herself as the victim, talking about how she was targeted for being gay.
Ellen Degeneres finds herself at the center of a storm of controversy.
Being accused of going too far, too gay.
Yes, Ellen really acted as if going too gay was ultimately the reason for her cancellation. You know, I'm sure it had nothing to do with the fact that she branded herself and earned hundreds of millions of dollars based on this nice person facade that she kept running for decades. The woman's catchphrase was literally, "be kind to one another." She would say that literally every day at the conclusion of her show.
I always end each show by saying, "Be kind to one another."
Breaking news tonight. Is the Queen of Nice really the Queen of Me?
But that backfired on her, since more victims stepped forward with more serious allegations.
Dana DiMatteo flew from Chicago to Los Angeles and was delighted to be picked out of the audience to have some fun with Ellen. But then she says she was shocked when she was briefed on the comedy bit by the producers.
They tell you, you can't be smarter, funnier than Ellen. She's the comedian and the star, not you.
She emailed the owner of the restaurant and complained about your chip nail polish.
What?
And Ellen was forced into retirement. This time is no different. Unfortunately for Ellen, fans haven't forgotten everything she's been accused of so far, and they're listening to what the victim has to say. She posted a photo of her and Riri from the show recently with the caption, "Happy birthday, Riri. I Riri miss you." And here's what the comment section looked like. "So, are you serving pizza at the party? Bet you miss pizza too, don't you? We see you." At the end of the day, Ellen DeGeneres cannot hide the truth. A showy comeback is not going to distract fans from the truth. Right now, the authorities are working through the evidence to build their case. The only question is, will they take legal action? And is Ellen going to try and come up with a better strategy?